Hello everyone, and welcome to Hidden Korea. Today, we bring you a story that has sent shockwaves across the entertainment world. An unexpected twist that the entire industry is still reeling from. After weeks of silence, answered questions, and explosive rumors, the moment everyone has been waiting for has finally arrived. Shockwaves hit the industry. Jung Hae and Jung So-min finally break their silence. What forced them to speak now? What truth are they about to reveal? And why is this sudden press conference shaking the whole nation? Stay with us, because everything unfolds right now. No one expected the silence to last this long. For weeks, the industry trembled under the weight of rumors, whispers, and unanswered speculation surrounding Jung Hae and Jung So-min. Their explosive chemistry in the teaser had already sent the public spiraling into a frenzy. But what followed? Vanished schedules, cancelled appearances, sudden agency restrictions, created a cloud of tension heavy enough to choke even the calmest observers. Everyone felt something was coming, but no one knew how intense it would be. Then, without warning, the calm shattered. At 9:42 a.m., entertainment news outlets received an emergency notice. A press conference, unannounced, unplanned, unprecedented, was scheduled in less than 2 hours. No explanation, no press kits, no hints. Just a location, a time, and two names, Jung Hae and Jung So-min. Chaos erupted instantly. Journalists ran. Fans screamed. Social media exploded as millions tried to decipher what could force two of Korea's most beloved actors into such a sudden public appearance. Some feared scandal. Others hoped for clarification. But everyone felt the same thing, fear wrapped in anticipation. When the actors arrived at the venue, the air shifted. Jung Hae stepped out of his car first, looking exhausted yet determined. His jaw clenched tightly as if bracing himself for a blow. Jung So-min followed closely behind. Her expression calm but her eyes flickering with something deeper, resolve mixed with hesitation. Fear blended with courage. The moment they stood side by side, facing the blinding cameras, the room felt electrified. Silence swallowed the crowd. Hae gripped a microphone first, his voice steady but trembling at the edges. We understand why everyone is confused. We've seen the speculation, seen the theories, and today, we will speak for ourselves. The energy in the room spiked. Reporters leaned forward. Fans held their breath through screens across the world. So-min continued, her tone soft but unwavering. We didn't want to address this until we could tell the truth without filters, without fear, without restrictions. Her gaze hovered on the audience for a moment, searching, absorbing, bracing. But things escalated beyond what we could handle quietly. It was suffocating. No one dared blink. Hae exhaled sharply, as though freeing himself from invisible shackles. The rumors, the videos, the behind-the-scenes clips, and our silence, have created a situation we can't ignore anymore. He paused, and in the silence, the room practically vibrated. We were asked by our agencies to stay quiet, he continued. But staying silent only made things worse. The weight of his words hit hard, revealing a hidden struggle between the actors and the machinery controlling them. So-min stepped closer, her voice dropping just slightly, an intimate confession delivered to millions. There are things that happened on set that we can no longer pretend didn't happen. Things that weren't planned, weren't scripted, things that changed everything. Gasps echoed through the crowd. She hesitated for a split second, then spoke the sentence that shattered the industry in half. Chemistry wasn't acting. A familiar collective gasp rippled through the hall. Some reporters dropped their pens. Fans watching from home froze in disbelief. The words echoed like a thunderclap, raw, unpolished, impossible to misinterpret. Hae's expression softened, as if relieved to finally let the truth out. We tried to keep it professional. We tried to separate ourselves from the emotions that surfaced during filming. But the more we tried, the stronger it became. The room was silent, too silent. So-min looked down briefly, gathering strength before lifting her eyes again. We didn't expect the teaser to capture that moment. It wasn't meant to be part of the cut. But everything you saw, she swallowed hard, was real. Reporters erupted into frenzy, hands shooting up, voices overlapping in chaotic waves. Actors raised their hands to quiet the room again, but this time, the trembling in their fingers was visible. Truth was burning through them faster than they could control. And yet, they weren't done speaking. Storm had only just begun. The moment Jung So-min's confession reverberated through the hall, the atmosphere shifted violently. The press conference transformed from tense curiosity to explosive urgency. Reporters began shouting questions that bounced off the walls like ricocheting bullets. Were they dating? When did it start? Were the agencies aware? Did something happen off camera? But what stunned the room even more was the way Jung Hae reached out and took So-min's hand, not dramatically, not for effect, but instinctively, protectively. Cameras flashed so rapidly that the stage looked like lightning striking over and over. He spoke again, voice low but resonating with powerful honesty. We didn't plan to come today to reveal anything sensational. But we can't fight the truth anymore. Not when it's affecting everyone involved. He tightened his grip on her hand. And not when it's hurting her. So-min's eyes glistened, not with fear, but with relief. She took the microphone. There's something that happened last week that forced this moment. Her breath hitched slightly. Someone leaked private photos from our set. Photos that were never meant to be seen. Photos that showed things we weren't ready to discuss publicly. Washed over the room. Hae's jaw clenched with visible anger. Those pictures weren't staged. They were taken without permission. They invaded our privacy and made So-min the target of attacks she didn't deserve. He continued, voice deepening. We didn't come here to discuss our relationship status. Came here because the truth was being twisted into something ugly. So-min nodded, tears gathering at the corners of her eyes. People said I was manipulating him. That he was flirting for attention. People said we were unprofessional. Her voice tightened. No one saw what was really happening. She inhaled slowly. We were falling for each other. The room trembled. Reporters froze. Fans online screamed. It felt like time itself paused to absorb the impact of her words. And we didn't know how to handle it, she continued. Her voice cracking with vulnerability. We were scared. We didn't want to ruin the project. We didn't want to disappoint fans. We didn't want rumors to destroy something that was just beginning. Hae stepped forward, taking over as So-min wiped her tears. But the more we hid it, the more the world speculated. The more the world speculated, the more pressure she faced. Her voice shook with barely restrained frustration. So today, we choose honesty. What he said next sent the entire country into emotional freefall. Care about each other. And we don't know where this will go. We're not making dramatic declarations. We're not promising anything to the public. He looked at So-min with unmistakable tenderness. We're not pretending anymore. Cameras exploded with flashes. Reporters fought to push mics closer. Fans online cried, screamed, laughed, collapsed emotionally in real time. But amidst the chaos, a new wave of tension slowly crept in. As the conference wasn't over, So-min spoke again, her tone darkening. One more thing we need to address. She exchanged a glance with Hae, one filled with fear and determination. There were people behind the leaks. Trying to destroy us. The room fell silent again. Hae nodded grimly. We know who they are. And we will take legal action. Gasps erupted. This isn't just about us. Continued. Other actors. Other staff members, they've been victims too. Their private lives have been exposed. Their emotions manipulated for profit. So-min took a shaky breath. We're speaking out today not just to protect ourselves, but to stop this cycle. To stop the exploitation. Stop the cruelty. Her final words shook even the toughest journalists. For each other honestly. But what followed wasn't honest. And now, we're done letting others control our story. When the conference ended, the hall was a battlefield, emotionally exhausted. Shaken to its core. Left buzzing with aftershocks. Hae gently guided So-min off the stage, shielding her from the chaotic swarm of reporters. And just before the cameras cut off, one last moment slipped through. Jung Hae whispered to her. It's over now. We did it. Whispered back. Not over, but finally real. The end, what unfolded at that unexpected press conference was more than a statement, it was a turning point. Jung Hae and Jung So-min stood before the world not as untouchable stars, but as two human beings brave enough to confront a storm of rumors, leaks, and manipulation. Faced the chaos head-on, shattered their silence, and reclaimed their own narrative with honesty that shook the entire industry. Their confession was not a spectacle, it was liberation. A moment in which fear gave way to truth. Truth finally met the light. What remains now is not controversy. but clarity, and a profound respect from fans who witness just how much strength it takes to be vulnerable in a world that demands perfection. Whether their journey leads to love, healing, or something entirely unexpected, one thing is certain: their voices today changed everything. Thank you for staying with us through every twist, every revelation, and every breathless moment of this story. Your curiosity, your passion, unwavering support are what keep Hidden Korea alive. Stay with us, because behind every silence lies another truth waiting to be uncovered. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.